For more on this, let's bring in former DEA Special Agent Derek Maltz. Great to have you, sir, and thank you for all you've done. I want to show you some sound from yesterday on Neil Cavuto's show. This is Collin County, Texas Sheriff Jim Skinner about the problem he sees. Watch.
The president yesterday talked about tougher sentences for people that were dealing fentanyl. You got to do a lot better than that. Where are the commercials on television every night and the social media campaigns warning parents and young people about the dangers of these knockoff prescription pills? What about funding the crime analysts and the badly needed technology that we need in order to combat these drug traffickers?
Derek, yesterday the Wall Street Journal had this long piece about the two drug cartels, the main drug cartels that are fighting against each other, but really what they're doing is trying to put much more fentanyl and even more powerful fentanyl than what we even have today into the country to get more people addicted. They don't care about the life count. Over to you.
Right. So, Dana, thank you for having me once again, and thank you for bringing on so many families to tell their stories. So the Mexican cartels run a global enterprise. They run it like a Fortune 500 company. Right now, they've implemented a strategic, deceptive marketing plan to drive addiction and to drive profits. They use their existing, strongholds in like Nogales, Arizona, as an example, and San Diego, and they're bombarding our country with these deadly drugs. Dana, the only way to address this at this point, because of the volume of drugs coming in, is to destroy the chemical labs in Mexico. If you look at the volume of what's being seized at the border, just imagine what's getting into the country. That's why kids are dying at historic levels. We have to do more. The political talking points are no longer good enough. We need action. That's why I brought up last night, we need an Operation Warp Speed to address this crisis.
Yeah, it's interesting because you see the picture on the left-hand side of the screen. That's Eagle Pass, Texas. We spend a lot of time down in Texas. We know this issue very well, but so do the cartels. I started my career in Imperial County in Southern California, right? And it's a vast, wide open border. I want to put these numbers on the screen. 8,400 plus pounds of fentanyl seized so far this year, and 5,000 of those pounds are from San Diego and Imperial County. That is 60%. Those are astounding numbers, and it shows you that the cartels know where they can get this stuff through.
Exactly. The Sinaloa cartel, run by Chapo Guzman's kids, they've been using that corridor forever. They're going to take advantage of the weaknesses. They're going to take advantage of vulnerabilities. But let me bring up another point. San Diego just put out some alarming stats. The fentanyl-related deaths have gone up 2,375% over the last 5 years. And the California stats show over 2,200%. That should be a very frightening statistic for every American.
Derek, can I ask you something? You said that one of the only ways to deal with this is to destroy the chemical labs in Mexico. Would the Mexican government be willing to work with us and do that themselves?
Well, that's a great question, Dana. I would have an immediate meeting with everyone at the government, Department of Homeland Security, the DEA, the FBI, Homeland Security. I'd go down there with a plan to let them know the level of urgency. Our kids are dying. Right now, Joe Biden's legacy is going to be 200,000 dead kids in the first 2 years. We have to go down there with a plan and ask them to be partners because we need them. We want to work with them. But right now, there's so much corruption down there, so much money's being made from the cartels. We might have to take unilateral action using the best and brightest technology and personnel in our Department of Defense, our intel community. Dana, if there was Al-Qaeda and ISIS making chemical weapons and biological weapons in Mexico, what would we do? Sit there and let them kill Americans? No. We'd have to destroy the source of the problem.
Derek Maltz, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.